Hey everyone, long time no see, but the Dungeon Miser is done with some side projects for a while and back again for another Minis for Pennies episode. So I had a few requests a while back for beholders from viewers, but I have found plenty of good tutorials on making those monsters already, and as some of you know, I like to put my own spin on classic monsters, and I also like to find inspiration from the art I grew up with. So instead of doing a traditional beholder today, I want to go back to some of the fantasy art that was used on hot rods. Some of you might be familiar with the hot rod art of Von Dutch. He had a truly distinct art style, and most of his recognizable icons were flying eyeballs. So by the time I was born, there were hundreds of imitators of these flying eyeballs all over the car scene. And in fact, my friend had a poster on his wall with a batwing eyeball variation that really captured my imagination when I was a kid. Therefore, my reskin beholder for this episode is going to be a Von Dutch-inspired winged eyeball. So the first thing I need for little flying eyes is little wings. You may have seen me use these little Halloween bat rings before. They are a fantastic source for bat swarms, and the wings are great for making little imps and lesser demons, gargoyles, and so forth out of other toys. A quick trim. And then I like to use the 1/4 inch hole punch to round the base of the wings to help them conform to the bead. And we're ready for the eyeball. For the eye, my usual 8mm bead from the dollar store works great. And of course, you can use any size you like. I'm also adding an optic nerve tail to this guy using one of my homemade tentacle roller pieces. But if you want to make one easier, you can also use a spider leg like one of these. When that's on, just glue the wings on however you want them positioned. I went for the classic gliding pose. And that's it. Glue to a flying base, Mod Podge, prime, and paint. Really simple, really cheap, and if you're a hot rod lover, really nostalgic. For a game, I would probably use these as dumb low-level beholders with only one of the eye stock powers, probably sleep or paralyze. They would be good to use as enemy familiars, or as dungeon spies, or just general pests. The cost was a penny for the wings, and a penny for the base, and a penny for the art supplies, so 3 pennies each, or a swarm of 33 for $1. So that was a basic Von Dutch flying eyeball, but I wanted to make something a bit more scary and freaky to go with it. I have a bunch of novelty dragon toys, so I'm going to snip off the tail and the wings and the legs for this one. I'm going to attach these parts to a slightly larger 12mm bead. Just like the first eyeball, I'm arranging and supergluing the wings and the other parts to give it an aggressive stance. I also put on a layer of PVA glue around the backside to give it a lumpy texture for painting later. When everything is dry, base prime and paint, and here is the dragon eyeball. Almost as cheap and simple to make as the little one, but much bigger and scarier for your players. I'm going to say this bigger beholderkin is a little bit smarter, maybe, and shoots the death ray from its eye. So it was 10 pennies for the dragon, a penny for the base, and a penny for art supplies, making it 12 pennies, or 8 for $1. There you have it, 2 beholderkin monsters for pennies. Of course, you can modify this design. You can leave off the tails or leave off the legs. You can add more eyeballs. You can use feathered wings instead of bat wings, whatever you like. I hope I inspired your creation the way Von Dutch inspired mine. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so that you can put your eyeballs on more minis for pennies.